Stu's new business, a penis pillow, and weed. All this and more on today's Brilliant Observations. Do, 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 do.
How you doing, Melissa?
I've had better days.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
What?
No, just health-wise. Just like I'm not feeling so great. Hi, Amy. How are you?
I'm doing great. One quick thing. I'm super excited that you're wearing a flannel-esque shirt.
Oh, it's flannel.
The school deal today was you have a choice. It's Spirit Week. So
wait, you're talking about uniform schools, right?
We don't have uniforms. It was Spirit Week. It is Spirit Week. And your choice for today was one of two options. You can either be a lumberjack or you can be a sporto. These were your only choices. So we don't own a single piece of flannel.
Oh my God.
Not anywhere. Not in anything. Not as a jacket, not as a hat, not as a scarf, not socks, not as a pattern. We have zero flannel of any kind. The Sporto thing, I was like, so we don't even have to tell them that it's dress up week because all they're going to do is just wear what they would normally be wearing. So that was pretty hilarious. Yeah, I even was trying to get some lumberjacking out of the house, and we have no flannel. So discuss.
Sporto is a thing. It's not jock. Nobody uses the word jock. Sporto is a word.
No, I'm sure they used some other word. And it got into my brain as sporto or lumberjack. I don't even know if these were the choices. These were the only two choices that made it to my brain as were presented to me from my husband. So yeah, maybe you know what? It was probably athlete.
Athlete is much better.
It's probably athlete. I went to sport. I was sports. We love your sports. Sports. I have this way of saying sports, and my throat is so, frankly, missing because of all the sports that we played this weekend. I can't do the top end of my range when I do sports. Oh, it sort of came out. It's not right. It's very frustrating when your throat is all Jiminy jacked. You were going to tell me about your flannel. I really want to hear about it.
I would say 15% of my wardrobe is flannel. We have so much flannel. Seasonally, this season, I am
going to be on high alert because I find this shocking information. I'm shocked.
This is Stewart's. I don't know if this counts. This is Stewart's. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I would say I have like six or seven solid flannels. Yeah, well, not solid color, but like
we don't
solidly,
even have flannel sheets. There's no flannel anywhere. No pillows, no sheets, no nothings.
Oh, I think flannel sheets are a fire hazard.
They're
if you're waiting to happen.
Nightmare.
One false move, you got a spark, and it's over.
It's super bad, and it's so hot.
Next thing you know, you're standing outside your house as the neighbors gather and the fire department comes just to hose down your house. All because why? You got
Chaos
flannel
Girl
sheets.
is there with the Instagram post. All right. So we started this thing by saying me and feeling and mood, not so much. Go.
I made a mistake. You know, I've been living in my house for 2 years and not leaving. And a couple of things like I told you last week, we took Mallory to Virginia to see a couple of schools. And this weekend was family weekend at the University of Pittsburgh. I don't know. I just was out with people. I took my mask off to eat. I was fully masked most of the time, but I feel like their outdoorness penetrated me in not a good way. And I feel shitty. Like I just feel shitty. So yeah, I feel shitty.
Just to be clear, it's the being around people-y is the problem. It's not the COVID, because this has nothing to do with COVID. This has to do with I had to talk to other people. I had to interact with I had to engage with other people. I had to see them. I had to be with them.
I have a bad headache. Other people don't give me the poops, though. Like, I mean, it's just, maybe they do, but.
Yeah, kind of. And the other thing is you were riding in cars. That makes your body go, I'm enough. I've had enough of this. You were riding in cars for long things. You were sleeping on stranger beds.
Yeah. I'm so happy to be home, but I have a headache. Everything I ate over the weekend is slowly leaking out of me.
That's
pores
the poops.
And butt.
That's the poops that's coming. It was all that good pit poop that's coming to you from the delightful foods.
Yeah, but you posted a picture of food that made me weep. to be near you.
It should. I swear. And the meat sweats that came out of me later, even those would make you excited. No, it was a solid delight. We ordered so much food.
Everything.
Well, here's my favorite part. And I really do mean it's my favorite. It made me so happy and proud. And it kind of shouldn't. It's like a red flag. So, I mean, this happened and I thought, you should have this as a learning opportunity of what you should avoid in your life. And instead, you're taking it as a gold star. It's like I'm a Girl Scout and I got a badge. It was fantastic because we ordered so expertly that before they let us pay, they said, wait a minute. And they took a picture of our food and posted it on their Instagram story for the company that sold us the food.
But first, tell dear listener, Amy went out for a barbecue this weekend, and I saw pictures while we were away of ribs and brisket and every side you could imagine. There was a sausage there that I was tearing up thinking,
Bratwurst. Yep.
How far could she be from us that I could get there in how many hours, and how cold would that meat be by the time I got there? It wouldn't matter.
I'm going to disappoint you a lot more than you already were, because this place might be better than Franklin Barbecue in Austin. It might. It was that fucking good.
Okay, where were you?
Outside of Charlotte, in a small town called Peachland, North Carolina. The place is John G's. Praise G's. It was fantastic. They're only open one day a week. So if you are that fucking good that you can sustain an entire business, it's a business. It's an actual physical building with chairs outside that people wrap around the block, and they open in the morning, first thing in the morning, and they stay open until they're sold out. And they're usually sold out about 2:00. It was next level. I'm here to tell you that of all the things that I tasted, and this is going to be a weird flex, the baked beans were the best baked beans I've ever had in my life. I would drive there to get the baked beans again. That's how good the sides were.
What day of the week is it? Sunday?
Saturday. In Peachland. I guess I'm having brisket.
I went the other way.
I
went Saturday barbecue.
That's the one. They all work. They all work. They all super work. They super work. I'm sure they do pop-ups. I'm sure they have a trailer that goes around and does all this kind of madness. But there were a ton of people working there. It was very well organized. It was everything that you can dream something like this operation might be. There was a dude getting out of his car who was clearly local, old guy, hard time walking. Old African-American guy hobbling up to the thing, having a, hey, I see the line's kind of short. What you got? And they didn't waste any time. They came over, grabbed him by both elbows, moved, didn't wait. You're not waiting in line. You come on. You said, sorry, guys, to everybody in line. They didn't even know who this dude was, but they're like, you just come on in and you read and you see what we have. Everybody's all right with that, right? Like somebody's going to tell me you're going to make this old guy wait behind you, because we're standing outside in the cold. I mean, the line wasn't that long. There's probably 5 people in front of us. That's not that long. But they just took him up to the front, got him all set up, put him back in his car. Are you okay getting home? Everything all right? That's the kind of place that this was. They're not there because of the brisket. And at the same time, you fucking there because of the brisket. Sweet Jesus, it was so good. Oh my God, it was so good. It was so good. We had other customers coming up and asking us about the tray that we ordered. It's like, is that like a family plate? And it's like, no, that's just when you order the whole
We
menu.
just ordered really, really well.
The night before, we had gone to another restaurant, and they were wise enough. It's like they knew us. They were wise enough to print on their menu at the bottom of the starters and small plates. Can't decide? Order them all for $149. Get the entire page. And I'm like, that actually makes sense. There's 6 of us. That makes a lot of sense for us. But anyway, that's my food delight. It was a delight.
I was drooling.
Well, you were telling me that you had the Pittsburgh poops, and I don't like that for you, Flannel.
I ate good things. I ate lots of good things. I didn't get sick till I got home, which was like a blessing in itself. I don't care if I'm sick at home. I don't go anywhere. I don't do anything. I'm good. I put the tray outside with a bucket of candy, and, well, first we had a pet sitter to watch our dogs. We finally last minute got a pet sitter. I was like, okay, who's staying home? Who's going to Pittsburgh?
That's super stress. Yeah.
Well, our pet sitter broke into our Halloween candy.
What the fuck?
Now, that is a point of stress for me because I've always had this fear that I would run out of Halloween candy. Do you ever think about that? Oh no, what happens when we run out?
No, we turn the light off. We run out regularly. We have more than 100 kids every year. There's only so much candy I can buy. So I don't have any stress about that. I stay open I go until we sell out. I'm just like John G's. And I buy a lot of candy. Okay, go ahead.
So wait, so you go and then you turn the light out like 9 o'clock after everybody's taken everything you have. What do you buy to put in that bowl for the kids? What's your go-to? Because I'll tell you why I'm asking. I have a girlfriend who buys Sour Patch Kids, shit she will never eat and
Smart.
She does not find tempting. So Skittles and Sour Patch Kids and all the shit that's not chocolate and nobody gives a fuck about. Maybe just the palate cleanser before your next chocolate bar kind of candy. What do you give away?
We're going to do it in numeric order. Number 1, I hate Halloween. Number 2, I see it as a contest. Number 3, that I must win. So every year,
it's one sentence right there.
I have a new formula for how I'm going to torture myself for this thing that I hate, but yet must participate to the zenith to get the pretend gold star that no one is giving out.
All our listeners know that you need the gold star. Go ahead.
I have to fucking have it. So normally I put a lot of thought and intention. I prizes the whole fucking thing. This year, I was so we have a fantastic thing on the front door, and the weather blew it off, and we haven't even hung it back up. So our front door is barren. We have zero decoration. It's like the worst Halloween, and everyone around us is. This is Halloween, baby. They've got the strobes going. They've got the killer skeletons climbing up to the roof. It's like the Christmas for I don't even know what to say. It's Death Christmas. They're everywhere decorated.
You would hate my cul-de-sac. You would hate my street.
I am like the lone Jew in Tinseltown. I got nothing, right? They started at 4:00 in the afternoon. They had their bag chairs and their bonfire in the cul-de-sac, having their wine party while the kids are riding trikes, getting ready. And it's a whole event. It's like a week-long fucking Thanksgiving-a-thon. And we have a Halloween-a-thon. So this year I decided, fuck you, even though I wasn't able to. So I decided I'm just going to do what all the lazy people do. And I bought full-size everything. I had full-size candy bars.
Are you calling me lazy?
It was full-size everything. I got every single kind of candy bar that you can possibly have. I got them all. If there's a combo pack sold, I got every single one. And I went to multiple stores to get multiple ones. Filled up a gigantic galvanized bucket. And here's where the master stroke comes in.
Yeah.
I paid my teen $30 to sit outside and do all of it for me. So I sat in under a blanket and watched some TV. It was the best Halloween of my life. But, of course, when his friends came by, he starts handing them out by the handful. So on the one
full
hand,
size by the handful.
Yeah. So we ran out by 7:28.
Oh,
but the good news is it's already pitch black at that point.
Yeah.
And all the littles really only come, and the big roving packs of big kids. If your lights are out, they just leave you alone. They don't work. We have a huge neighborhood. So here's the other thing. I kind of feel like I still get a gold star because the people who are grading this in my fantasy
came early.
Are the high school teens who are getting handfuls of full-size candy bars, right? That's a pretty good focus group.
Those are the only opinions you care about?
That's a pretty good focus group. A lot of them were his friends. A lot of them were people from the school. So you get good word of mouth that, oh my God, some sucker is giving out as many full size as you want. Let's hit it. That's when everybody runs to the house. That's good PR for me. Even if it was a smaller cohort of Halloween participants, because the little kids, I also got 3 giant boxes of ring pops for the little kids, because honestly, the little kids can't be bothered with the big candy. It's as big as their whole fucking neck. They'll choke to death. They don't even want it.
And their parents are going to eat it anyway.
They stand there and they're like, So yeah. So the ring pops give them a real nice big lift, big smile. So I think I still get a B+. I think I still get a B+ for a total lazy ass Halloweener.
I love that you're on the couch with Butters watching TV. I assume it's with Butters.
Yeah, always, 100% of times.
Yeah, I was sitting as well on a seat with a hole in the middle, but we had a table outside. Yeah. We had less candy than we normally have because the pet sitter decided I want. So every year we do full-size bars because we don't get that many people. We don't have hundreds coming. So we can afford to fan out.
I dumped a ton of cash on this shit. Yeah, normally I get the $20 bags from Gigantomart. I get the $20 bags, and I'll usually get 6 of them. And at the end of the night, we sometimes have like a handful of baby Ruths that sadly got in there or something.
Those are pretty good. I'm not going to lie.
That's trash candy according to the people down here. But I also get a lot of blowback on the Butterfinger. So I know. Butterfinger's like an adult candy. And I'm like, you're just really stupid.
Only because you can eat it for an hour. You eat it and then later you pick it out of your teeth and then it's another snack.
You don't deserve adulthood if you can't figure out that a butter. I got to say, there's no candy that I hate on, truthfully. So Almond Joy, I'm fucking down. I love it.
I'm down too.
I love it.
I'm down too. All right, so that's my biggest question. When your kids were little and they came back after trick-or-treating and they spread out their stuff on the kitchen island or wherever you did it, and you went through it, did you answer me already?
No, I'm saying yes. I agree with this. I'm visualizing.
Oh, I thought you said Reese's. I thought you said Reese's.
I said yes. I said yes.
Oh, okay. I'm like, I'm not sure what's coming. How did she know my question? So it's all spread out, and you tell them, like, okay, you can have this many pieces tonight because you already had them the whole night, and then we're just going to put your bag somewhere where you can pull from, where the dog can't and you can.
Right.
What do you pull out of those bags after they go to bed just to munch on? What's your favorite? What do you hope for?
It's difficult to say. Reese's is a check. Kit Kat's a check. Twix, check. Butterfinger, check. Almond Joy, check. Nestle Crunch, that's also good sometimes.
Nestle Crunch
is like a fucking palate cleanser.
It's surprisingly amazing. It always surprises me. And if you eat it right, again.
Yeah, but not those little stupid chunk ones. It's got to be a real one. It's got to be like a fun size.
The letters
it's got to be
as
thin,
you go.
Because the one that's like a chunk, now I'm just breaking my teeth for no fucking reason.
It's texture, though. That's it. You're taking one letter at a time as you go down the Nestle thing. Yeah, I dig those.
Yep, they're super good. They're super good. They're super good. You know what it's easier for me to say what will I pass on because pretty much I would just stick my face into the bucket and eat all the candy flat with the wrapper still included. Twizzlers, I will pass on you every fucking time. And here's why. Those little mindily wrapped Twizzlers, they're a bunch of dick holes.
Well, that's stupid. I was thinking like the 4 in a row and then 4 in a row below it. I wasn't even thinking like the
friends. It's like you have the Twizzlers they're like a club animal. They need other people on them. When they're by themselves, they just get really sad. And we just like wrapping up a fucking single Q-tip. Are you kidding?
And it's work to get it out. Like you have to peel it and then peel it down like a banana.
You are not worth it.
Yeah. Not worth the waxy work that I went through to get to you.
You nailed it. You are a Halloween dream.
Why? When you have so much joy in almonds and everything else.
I do like what would you do for the mint bar that I can't remember the name of? The York peppermint patty.
York peppermint patty.
From
you
Peter
like those?
Paul. Mm-hmm. Get the sensation. Yeah.
So I can't say that that's my favorite only because I have them all year in a cookie jar because they're Mallory's, one of Mallory's favorite. And
Rocco
meal
too.
With.
Yeah, Rocco too.
So I have a Pillsbury Doughboy cookie jar where when you take his hat off, it goes, hoo-hoo. And it's super cute. And it was an alarm that somebody's eating cookies. But now we have the little mini wrapped York peppermint patties in there. And the hoo-hoo fell off. So our kids don't know what that is. So it was just creepy to them. So I hear the jiggling of the jar. And I know
I want all of that. This whole time, I thought it was like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. So I'm really glad that I've gotten myself reset. And I know who the Pillsbury Doughboy is.
When you were at my house, that's what you thought it was?
Well, because I'm just visualizing it. And I'm like, I remember that thing on the counter. And if I knew there was a sound effect attached, I would have stolen that from you and told you that your dog broke it.
I've replaced the batteries
because the chances of you coming
lifetime.
down to my house to find that I've stolen that from you are so small that I would worry about mending the friendship if and when you ever came down to that eventuality. I would take it from you. Take it. I would take it.
It's super cute. I'll post a picture, dear listener. It's super cute. And I'll do a tiny little video where it goes, hoo-hoo.
It's so good. It's so good.
Really cute.
And I'm having this memory. I wonder if Annie is going to write in and say, that's what the cookie jar was on that counter in Maine that broke that time we went there for the wedding. Anyway, cookie jars are so delightful. I
think so.
Cookie jars, and I don't keep them around.
I would collect them if they didn't take up fucking space. We had, when we were growing up, my brothers and I, we had one that was shaped like an Oreo, that you take the top off the Oreo, and there were Oreo cookies in it all the time. And
wow,
we just,
you had such a life. I swear.
One of my brothers sent me a, I don't know if it was Etsy. It wasn't Etsy. It was eBay. There are like 5 of them on eBay, and they're like, "Don't you remember this?" I'm like, "Remember it? I just ordered it from your text."
Don't
like, I just
remember. Yeah, I love that kind of shit. But I would.
Yeah, but where do you keep it?
I don't. I don't. I actively do not collect. I collect things like empty Mentos gum containers. That's what I collect.
That's the plastic ones?
Mm-hmm.
That's really dumb.
Because I can't. There's 2 of them near me now. Because for
That's
some
really
reason
dumb.
I pick them up and shake them, and it's as if I think that the shaking will refill it with gum that's not in it. Like I'll pick it up and shake it, and it's empty, and then I don't go to the trash with it. I just place it back from whence I lifted it.
Plastic. I mean, that's plastic.
I can't. I don't know why I don't throw you away, Mentos. I can't quit you.
And you buy them on the regular, too.
Well, I think I perceive that I'm going to refill it, even when I say it out loud. I have such high hopes. I have really high hopes for what I'm not going to do. All right, listen. I'm looking for support.
You're looking in the wrong place. I do have leftover candy. I'm going to tell you. I was worried that the pet sitter ate it all.
Fucking pops. We don't even have any ring pops. I want to understand how your dog minder self-empowered to eat your food. This had to have been a teen. This had to have been some wayward.
She's in her late 30s. She has a 14-year-old daughter. And I'm telling you this because I went to the Amish market and I bought for her blueberry lemon loaf and peanut butter chocolate chip cookies. And I bought her stuff like she was a babysitter, left it on the counter for her and said, "Please help yourself." And then I took the basket that says treats for Halloween and I put it in another room altogether with bags of stuff in it waiting for Halloween. And that's where she went.
Unopened.
Unopened. Yeah. Yeah. That's what happened. I was fleeced.
That's not okay, Maureen. That's not okay.
Look, Maureen? She took good care of my dogs, had really nice things to say individually about each of them.
Mm-hmm.
It's only candy.
I'm not impressed. That's like
Stuart said, so we'll turn out. Yeah.
No, I was just going to say, so we'll turn out the lights. That's like stealing a couple of rolls of paper towels. It's like a weird thing. What are you doing? Do you know what I mean? It's like you didn't come. You can get your own towels. You can get your own candy. I did not say it's okay candy time.
Considering I just left you cash to do that.
I said, these are your supplies and these are my supplies, right? These are your pens and pencils. These are my pens and pencils.
This is my dance space. This is your dance space.
Stay the fuck out of my dance space, Maureen. I don't understand. I really don't.
Okay, so I don't want to not hit on shit we talked about in the intro. I wanted to tell you that Stuart has an idea for a business. And it is Ancestry. Yeah, it's even more ridiculous. It is Ancestry.com for dogs. So it's a test that will tell you where genetically your dogs, like we have puppy mill rescues. They have, my dog Shirley has like kids out there. Okay. He can help you put together these families for play dates. Who is doing this? Who wants to do this? No one is the answer. But it was sweet of him to try to reunite families of canines that have been through trauma and drama and wound up adopted all over the area. Every time we walk our dog and we see one who kind of looks like her, we're like, hey, where'd you get her? Does that dog want to meet her mama? And yeah, so I thought that was really cute and really sweet.
How much would you pay?
Nothing.
For backstory on all of your pets?
Nothing.
You're a liar.
I am their front story.
Listen,
that's all that matters.
No. Where he went wrong with you is connecting it to human connection. As long as we keep this thing as an online only, totally siloed, isolated.
The dog park is where he went wrong.
Yes. I don't want to actually know you. I just want to lurk you.
I want to know your babies.
I want to lurk you. So for $99 and a quick prick of the back of the ear or whatever you do to get this. You send off your schmear, and then you get back a little PDF dossier that says Barky Woofsums has 2 siblings in this zip code and originally came from the Hornowitzitz area of Shalakistan. And you have all of that information at the fingertips. And if you wanted to pay $399, we'll give you a detailed list of the genetic profile and likelihood that Barky is going to have diabetes or
they have that already.
Snapaplasia. Well, yeah. So it's just a secondary test that you run. You already got you're just farming that shit out and upcharging it. People would pay for that 1,000 times a day because they do, because they're dumb.
I was trying to discourage him, but you just encouraged him.
No, if you want to make a business out of something, I can monetize it. I mean, that's what I do. So I'm not saying I want to do it, but I already know that people, because these are their children. You've got a lot of people. Do I know where
Butter's kids are?
Yeah, siblings.
I'm sorry. Do you know where his siblings are? I'm sorry.
For the most part, but even if I don't, he came from a breeder. So
we know.
I can
it's okay.
Call the breeder. That breeder would tell me. Or I'm sure they're like in shows and shit. So I could look them up. Here's what I say. I don't care. So that's fine with me. But for people who are really involved in their kids' lives and
you say kids.
Well, yeah, and they want to be good parents. Like, I'm not that person. I put my teen in the dark street with candy and cash. Okay?
Cash?
He got $30. Go out and handle Halloween. I'll see you when you run out. Doors locked. Boop. Out you go.
Cash. What was the cash for?
I paid him $30 to do this.
Oh, to be outside. Okay.
Yes.
And then
it was cold.
And then let his friends take handsful.
I'm not going to fucking supervise. I mean, my husband was out there at some point having wine with the neighbors. I was under blanket. I'm done. We had a very long weekend, as you can tell by my gravelly voice. But you wanted to get to things that we were talking about. So I don't want to shortchange the dog ancestry. And I do want to support Dr. Love because I feel like, he's big on helping. He's a helper. He loves to help.
He'd be great giving you gas. It just got really hot in my house. I think my daughter turned the heat on. I don't know what happened. All right. So I went to Pittsburgh for the weekend. My kids left me. I sent 2 kids to the Machine Gun Kelly concert, and somebody said to me, do you know that he's dating? I'm like, I'll stop you right there. I know all about it. I know that he's with Megan Fox. And this friend said, yeah, it's not where I was going. Do you know about her thumbs? Do you know about Megan Fox's thumbs?
I presume she has some.
She does have them.
There endeth my knowledge. Yeah.
And they are like, I don't know what it's called, like brachydactyl. She has toes for thumbs. They are shortened and flattened. She's got
monkey thumbs. She's got some monkey thumbs?
I thought monkey thumbs could help you climb a tree better. These seem shorter and flatter and fatter. They are big toes for thumbs. Why? So this woman, who everybody said was the perfect specimen of beauty, has these thumbs that are like big toes and awful.
Is that
just
why?
Awful.
Is that why her career stalled? Was it the thumbs?
Is that why she's so unsuccessful?
Is that why her career stalled? Because of the thumbs?
I don't.
She had that lucrative jean contract, but you got to like hook your index finger in and have the thumb out. And when you do that, you can visualize the thumb. And so it doesn't work. And then when you shove your thumb in your jeans pocket, you look like you're scared. So it doesn't work. It's not good. I don't groove on the monkey thumbs. I'm here to tell you that's bad. Mm-mm.
Isn't that gross? I said, that can't be the case. So, of course, I Googled the shit out of it. There they are, those short, fat, flat thumbs. And an article stating of how they retouch her thumbs as part of her contract.
She probably writes that shit into her contract.
I think she minds a little less than the people who are trying to sell like rings or a can of soda that she's holding with this monster, flat, short, fat thumb. So in most 90% of her pictures, I found a couple of the original thumbs. Dear listener, Google it. It's fascinating. It's hours of non-toxic fun.
Thumbs.
Before they touch them up on all the other.
This is why you are successful, because look at how you were able to gather this information, Right.
It's a lot you could do while sitting on the toilet.
You're sleuthing. You're making the world a better place. You're finding the information we need, and you're sharing it with the world.
That's not all the information I found on the internet while I was sleuthing.
Oh, no.
I found out there's a lawsuit against Pop-Tarts.
Huh?
What could they be sued for?
Because they taste terrible.
What do you expect from a Pop-Tart? I'm asking. What's your expectation?
Yeah, very little. To not be poisoned. That's it. That's all. I expect it to not be poisoned.
That is a good start.
And I mean, in poison, I mean actual poison, because I know it's like toxic. So it's not about that. It's not like a slow poison. To not actually be... No, I don't even really expect that. I have zero expectations of Pop-Tarts.
Right. Which is accurate. And I think that you should really expect not much. When do you eat Pop-Tarts? College, occasional shitty breakfast before there's a better meal coming.
Anything that they sell in a vending machine that also counts as a meal makes me think it's either a problem with the machine or the item, because in both cases, there's no button that I press and get a meal. No. No. Why? What are they suing for?
Yeah, that's the thing. In the strawberry Pop-Tart, there are other flavors, other fruits that are used to flavor a strawberry Pop-Tart, and they're saying that it was misrepresented as being a strawberry Pop-Tart. Ma'am. Ma'am.
Well, Karen, what I'm here to say. Oh, and it's like, is it the Grape Council that's suing them? Because they feel like grapes are being denigrated?
In a class action suit, you'd have to show a common belief on how much fruit it has, and here's the line from the lawyer, right? He says that's going to be a difficult row to hoe. Is that a phrase I don't know? Because
yes, it is.
Oh, so
it's the stupid phrase by idiot Pop-Tart litigants, but yes, it is a phrase. So, is this the same attorney that represented ketchup in the high school cafeteria debate
as being a fruit?
Yeah, ketchup is a vegetable. Ketchup was declared a vegetable.
Well, first of all, it's from tomato and that's a fruit. So
but the idea and the whole point of it is as laughable as you think until it gets down to, okay, follow the money. If we call ketchup a vegetable, magically, we're serving another vegetable and don't have to pay to serve another vegetable to meet this requirement that is federally mandated.
That's like saying orange juice is a vegetable. You cannot take a fruit, put it in another form, and then call it a vegetable. Add sugar.
My thing is, originally the Pop-Tart lawsuit, to me, pinged as this is a law student's thesis project about frivolous lawsuits. Like, how can we get one through, right? But what might really be going on here is the Grape Council is trying to, I don't know, elevate themselves because Strawberry's been defrauding us for years. I don't understand.
So I'm harping on the Pop-Tarts and you're saying there's like dark money behind it. I have no idea
why something this idiotic would continue to this level.
It gets worse.
Oh, gosh.
I mean, it gets more ridiculous. In 2009, Quaker Oats was sued for Crunch Berries not containing any berries. The court is not aware, nor has the plaintiff alleged the existence of any actual fruit referred to as a crunch berry. So far as this court has been made aware, there is no such fruit growing in the wild or occurring naturally in any part of the world. Who looks at crunch berries and says, these are the best berries? There are no berries in this cereal. I'm going to sue.
This is why people hate America. This is why. I'm not.
I mean, it's not why I hate America. This is why America amuses me. People are why I hate America. I love America. I'm a patriot. Shut your face.
This is why people hate America. Crunchberry lawsuit.
Nutella was sued. They had to take healthy off of their chocolate spread.
That I am behind. I am okay with unreasonable health claims. That to me feels like a consumer protection. Suing to get money out of claiming a fictitious item is fictitious doesn't really warrant a lawsuit to me. If you think that there is a Crunch Berry farm that's going to go out of business, right? Because they're not
now
properly
I want
represented.
Crunch Berries.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Just after Halloween, when all the candy is still on the corners of my mouth, I now want Crunch Berries. Like, this
I
is
have a box
up.
of them in the cabinet. I've been
You
going.
do not.
I do. Because I've been going to these stores I don't normally shop in for two reasons. I've spent some time in Walmart. I've spent some time in multiple Walmarts. I know you should make a face. I never go there. It was health insurance related. You can get items there for free using for included using your healthcare card. So I physically had to go. They wouldn't process it online, so I physically had to go in there. Then I started getting all their weirdy Halloweeny candies, and as a consequence, there's a whole bunch of fucking new cereals in there that don't make it into the Gen Pop. You've heard of this one, Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
Of course.
Well, they have Sugar Cookie Crunch now. So it's Cinnamon Toast Crunch, but without the cinnamons. So it's the same thing. And then they take those same cookies and then they call it Apple Cobbler Crunch. So what they've decided is the people who still make Apple Jacks and Cookie Crisp and all these other things that they don't make anymore, they just looked over and said, all right, how are we going to get rid of all this really old powder from about 1940? Oh, look it. We could just relabel this shit called limited edition and Amy will come and buy it. And I did. And the kids love it because normally they're not allowed to have any stuff. They're eating Dave's Killer Bread and Weedy Seedy this and all this other egg protein, something, caca. And now I come rolling in with a pallet full of cookie smacks.
A pallet.
16 pounds of full-size candy bars and
I'm
cash.
Picturing them.
So I was like gone off the deep end.
Could you bring your car to the loading dock and we will just beep,
and I started this
right
whole thing by telling you I went in there because my health insurance thought it was a good idea for me to go in there and get it. And that's another scam. The HCA card is allowing included. Yeah, this is included in your combo. You can get self-tanner. You can get body armor drink. That app,
wow,
it's going to blow your mind. All you got to do is scan the barcode. Oil of Olay hand cream was included. Oil of Olay hand cream.
Who makes that list? Like, that's a...
That's the same people that suing Pop-Tarts have decided I need to be on your health provider. Because they're getting paid, right?
There's only 60% strawberry in your strawberry Pop-Tarts, and that is not enough for me.
It's so stupid.
I think you enter into an understanding when you buy a Pop-Tart that this is not a healthy food.
Yeah.
It never claims to be healthy. They are now making them whole grain, not whole wheat, whole grain. They are, I think you understand when you undo that silver wrapper and you pull out one, if not two, Pop-Tarts as a serving.
That's right.
I mean,
it's just obvious to every consumer that there are better health items for breakfast. You should start with Crunch Berries. They're just better
because
for you.
Because at least there are berries.
There's
that was actually a
berries
line on The Big Bang Theory. Crunch berries are back in season. They are the best berries. Like, it was a joke. Clearly a joke for mainstream listeners, watchers, and obviously breakfast cereal eaters. You cannot tell me you bought that Pop-Tart thinking, I need more fruit in my diet, because that just, and you're exposing yourself as being a moron saying, I thought I was getting my daily balance of fruit through this. You're an idiot, and you really shouldn't have the kind of money to hire a lawyer. I hope it's on contingency, and that lawyer should really malpractice right there. Anyway, what do you expect from a fucking Pop-Tart? Give me a break. That's a Kit Kat bar, right?
Give me a break. Give me a break. Break me off a piece of that diabetes.
Stuart loves the 100 grand bars.
Yes,
they used to be
just
$100,000.
Yes, they should be $100,000 bars. I hate
when the kids were little, they used to go to houses and pick those out for him because they knew he liked them.
See,
and I've told you before, Mallory used to ask when there's a parent bucket of beers and then there's the candy, and the kids would get the candy and the parents going around would get a beer, stop and talk. Mallory would go through the beer thing and say, my daddy likes these, and pull. Yeah, it was super cute. Now, oh God, now she went out in her car last night to a friend's house where they sat. They went in costume, right? They hung out. They took some pictures in costume. Then they put on their sweats and watched Disney movies. Aww. I have the best kid in the entire world. And then I get some texts from friends who say, look who grew up, or look at your daughter, because her costume is a little bit revealing, but I think they remember her as a 4-year-old picking out a beer for her dad and the $100,000 bars. She's 17 and drove to her location. She's not the 13-year-old at the bar mitzvah whose dress is showing labia and who's like, she's totally appropriate. She's totally appropriate.
What bar mitzvah
don't you remember
is
that?
This? No, I do.
Don't you remember that from our B'nai Mitzvah?
I do. How could I not?
If you're going to walk on your hands in a super short dress, you're sharing too much.
And yet, even when you say it, there's more than just a snapback. It's a rude awareness. Yes, I'm in. I see.
So by accident, somebody on purpose texted my husband and said, with a picture that she had posted, and he went to send it back, or he went to send it to me and say, did you know about this? When my answer was, who do you think bought her that top, you stupid ass?
And happy Halloween.
But he sent it to her by accident.
Oh.
And she wrote back, who the fuck is sending you? What perv is sending? I'm like, okay, let's start over. You look beautiful. Like, let's start there. Yo, it's hard when your daughter goes from in your brain and your friends' heads, especially after not seeing her for at least 2 years, right? She was 15, maybe 14, 15 the last time you saw her, and now she's 17-year-old woman. You know, this is 15 more minutes and she's legal. So it was like a huge, I sent the text to the wrong person and it came back and blah, blah, last night for us. But she looked gorgeous. I'm so sorry. She looked adorable. She looked beautiful. And,
are you going to say what the costume was?
She went as a Jedi, but it was
as a
Jedi. Well, no, she had on like a baggy pants, so she was not
the proper
sharing
Jedi
anything.
Pants, right.
Proper Jedi pants. She had the hooded cape, you know, the brown. She looked like a monk with the brown hood, and she pulled it back and said Obi-Wan. Like, it was so cute. But the top is what threw some people, because it was a crisscross, wrap around your body, share your middle, satiny. It was all in like brown and another brown and black. She looked fantastic. And I don't know, people just aren't ready. They're in their heads. And she and I don't care if you're ready, because she's 17 and COVID's not keeping her back from growing up and being beautiful and sharing in pictures. Of course, you look at the pictures with her other friends. I'm like, I don't know what that costume is. I just know there's very little of it. Like, at least it's an identifiable costume. Anyway, did you see any costumes that were fantastic? Or
no, I had the best
from your
Halloween
couch?
ever. I saw
from your
no
couch?
one. I hid. The reality is,
I love it.
We were coming in hot. I was already stressed about Halloween and had pre-planned. I bought everything.
Good for
had
you.
Had it staged and ready. Had my proper 16-year-old teen who had not traveled with us. I had him as my backup. If traffic holds us up and we are late and can't get there, you must do this. It's not a request. This is a requirement of you getting the privilege of doing these other things. You must do this. So we're screeching in and arrive at 5:20 and decided not to get dinner so that we could be home.
5:20.
Be home in time. Well, everybody's already in the street, but at that point there were more like the parties in the street. The littles are already out at that time.
Right.
And they're moving. Right. So
they got to be in bed by 8. So
unpacking the car from being gone
pulling out the
Friday
6-foot
night,
table,
doing the whole thing, and I just didn't have it in me. I had been on my feet a lot that day and screaming. You can hear my voice is still hoarse, and it was a good fun time, but I just didn't have it. And
so you curled up on the couch with your penis pillow.
I made the offer. He took the offer, and I didn't look back. When the neighbors come to the neighbors, I'll see you in a minute. I'm not going. That's it.
Right.
I'm done.
Oh, I'll be right there.
I am out. So it was fantastic.
So you curled up with your penis pillow?
I don't have a penis pillow. The best part of penis pillow. It's not properly a penis pillow. I know that you have a penis pillow in the form of a penis. Yeah. And you wear it like a neck wrap. So that's super great.
It is a neck wrap, but yeah.
You got balls on one side, tip on the other. Yep. It wraps around.
You used it too.
Look, come on. I don't like that memory and awareness. So, okay. I don't like having penis pillow memory. It's not my favorite. So, this weekend at the team hotel, the way that our games worked, this was a lacrosse tournament we traveled to. Okay, we do this a lot. The way that our games worked, they were extremely early in the morning, bing, 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 on Saturday, enabling us to drive away to go get the massive lunch before they sold out, to have the food coma of brisket, to come back to the hotel. And now the idea is, I'm not going to dinner. I ate like a month's worth of meat for lunch. I can't go out. So we sort of bailed, right? We're still having our food coma. Didn't go to lunch with anybody else because their games didn't line up. Yeah. Okay. So I'm not really feeling hungry. So we congregated in the lobby of the hotel from about 4:00 until we sold out, so to speak. And it was so raucous and crazy because we did Instacart, we did Grubhub, we did Food to You, we did regular delivery. We did them all. We sat there and ate and drank and drank. I'm not going to quantify how much we had because it was a shocking amount, but on the actual second delivery of alcohol, which they'll deliver to you, which is delightful. So at that point, it had gotten to be, I guess, about 10:30 at night. So we're still in the lobby. And other people have joined in the lobby. It was a big lobby. So there are little pockets of people here and there and, eating their whatever and doing their whatever and having, gaggles of folks. Unbeknownst to us, our friend who had ordered the new refreshment delivery had sent some instructions. So in walks this guy with all the bags of alcohol, and he's looking. And then he sort of spots us, makes a beeline, comes walking over, points at my friend, and says, "Welcome to Moe's!" And we all erupt with laughter. I didn't get the joke, but I didn't care. So I started laughing really, really hard, and she's laughing really, really hard. And then she explains to us that on the Insta delivery, she had left the instruction, "We're in the lobby. So just look for the coolest, most fun people in there. And then when you come over, say welcome to Moe's." Because I thought they had gone to Moe's that afternoon at lunch and he recognized her. So I thought, hey, right? So it was hilarious. And he was into it and he was like cheering. Became very, very, collegiate. It was such a delight. So anyway.
I love that you can put instructions in like that.
And they did it all. So
That's
we're
awesome.
Sitting there and we're enjoying. And because we're very giggly and relaxed and haven't gone anywhere and we're not driving anywhere, and they're lamenting about some extended family that are staying in their house and just working their last fucking nerve. And I don't know how the topic came up, but about, I wish we could get them some kind of a gag gift for the holidays and they wouldn't even know. And I said, well, you should really just get them one of those pizza or one of those penis pillows, right? But have you seen the floral patterns that just look like cabbage roses? Or bananas.
Yeah, that their penises on them.
But you have to look really hard to know that.
Right.
So we picked out a handful of very delightful penis tops made in these florals. And they bought them all for their family for Christmas. So
and where did you find those things?
You search in penis floral and you'll get a wide assortment.
That's awesome.
You can find tons and tons of penis florals. So they were every which aware. And it felt good. I mean, it's nice to be a good person. That's what I like to be.
Do you think they'll notice, or do you think they'll have it for 2 years before they notice?
One is an auntie, and the other is kind of like a grandma, I guess. And I think grandma will notice, and I think auntie won't, and I think auntie will wear it.
That's awesome.
What are you gonna do? What are you
I
gonna
love
do?
that. That's awesome. I also love the welcome to Moe's that you can put in instructions upon delivery, like they're a singing telegram. I absolutely love that.
And I mean, and he did it. He participated, and it was kind of a full, busy, raucous, sweaty, jockey, TV with sports playing, lots of food, lots of drunk.
I love that it was also look for the coolest people.
Look for the coolest people, and you'll find out. And he just immediately. So
beeline. I love it.
I felt so special. I don't like to admit, we had 8 bottles of wine. It's a lot of bottles for 4 people. But we were there for a while.
For 4 people?
But we were there a while, I said. We were there a while. We started at 4:00.
Do you know how long it would take me to drink 8 bottles of wine?
If you're there a long enough time, it'll happen.
Wait, but were you there a while?
Yeah. Are you being a jerk? Yes, I've said.
Oh, yes, I am being a jerk.
I thought you were a good person every time. That's why I hang around you. I think I may be mistaken.
I am a good person, I swear. And I tested it yesterday. I am a good person.
I don't know.
I watched that show, The Vault, that you told me to watch on Netflix.
Right. She's gonna ruin it. I can tell by her face.
No, it was good. It wasn't great. Like, I'm not gonna recommend it to everybody I know. I want to know
it's better
why.
than fucking Lupin.
No, Lupin was so much better.
Oh, come on.
So much better.
You know what? So you're right. So who cares? I would still recommend it.
Thank you for agreeing with me.
I got there. It took me a minute. But yeah, I got. Okay, next, go.
Why is it that I'm always on the side of the criminal?
They deserve it. No, that's how those are set up. You're watching an anti-hero show. That they set you up that way.
But I'm always on the side of the criminal. I never take the side of the police. I never take the side of the authorities.
You do too. When you watch, who watches Batman? Nobody but sad people. When you watch Spider-Man, do you cheer for the villain?
No.
You are watching.
I don't.
You are on the side of the hero when the story is told from the POV of the anti-hero. You are on the side of the protagonist because the protagonist is the anti-hero. When you watched Breaking Bad, you cheered for Walter.
I did. That's why I'm like, I swear I'm a good person.
It's an anti-hero story. You're doing exactly what you're told. This is the writer's device. They're twisting your tits purposefully. That's what they're doing. When you watch Sopranos, you rooted for Tony. You might not think that he's the bad guy, but he's a bad guy.
That was a tough one for me. I thought he was kind of despicable, but I don't know. That was a tough one for me. I didn't mind him. Yeah, maybe I did root for him. I don't know.
You got to root for Tony. Come on.
I guess. Have you seen the Queens of Newark?
It looks really good. And
I have not seen it yet.
Not participated.
Yeah, I have not seen that yet. Dear listener, write in and let us know if that's something you've seen and we're totally missing out on and we should know, right? brilliantobservations@gmail.com. Hit us up on the socials. We're at Listen Brilliant on Twitter and Instagram, or Brilliant Observations on Facebook. And I want to let you know, I saw that there was something on Brilab Squad. I answered a couple of comments and people, but then there was a quiz. A survey. Who doesn't love a good survey?
Y'all do, because fuckers have been answering that shit, and I got the deets. I can't believe it.
Are you ready to share, or do you want more responses first?
No, I can. It's a continuous. It'll keep auto rolling. I mean, it tabulates and makes pretty charts and graphs. It does all the things.
I like charts and graphs.
Talk amongst yourselves while I pull this thing up.
I like graphs more than charts.
Explain what it was and how to get there, and I'm going to pull it up.
So if you go to Brilliant Observations on Facebook, there's a subgroup, Brilab Squad, that you need to give blood, urine, and your firstborn to join. No, really, it takes nothing but a click, and you're in. And Amy posted a survey for y'all to come out and share just some demographics.
Somebody said, you have to have this demographic information, so put out a survey. So I said, okay, I put out a survey. And guess what? Listened. You really listened, and you did it, and you clicked it, and you were participating. So the interesting questions that are on there are the ones that I'm going to share now, because everybody knows what the gender is. Do you really think that the majority of listeners are cis male? Do we really think that that's our number one target audience? What are your thoughts?
We have a couple. We have several, actually.
Well, they're 10%.
I can name them right now.
10%. 10% are cis male. 20% are trans. Get them, non-B. Go get it. And 70%.
That makes me happy, actually.
70% say femme. Okay, Ted Lasso status. All right. 40% haven't seen it. I'm not really sure why you're still here.
All right, I think we've failed. I was very late to the Ted Lasso game because for the same reason that when everybody saw Pulp Fiction, even though Eric Stoltz is in it and I used to worship him, I could never possibly live up to the hype. I told you, I think I put out a post on my birthday, on our anniversary, 3 things that live up to the hype that are not overrated. Ted Lasso, the show Hamilton, you can't overhype it. You just can't. It's amazing. And my husband, that was our anniversary post. But he wouldn't let me post it because we know that if you post, I love you, you're the best spouse ever, you're divorced within 6 months, yeah. Right? So I didn't post it. Yeah, but Ted Lasso, dear listener, are you fucking kidding me? 40%
haven't seen it.
That's a crime.
10% have rewatched season 1 or 2, 10% have finished season 1, and a full 40% have finished season 2. So we know that we're in the sweet spot, but I don't know who those 40% of you are or why you're still here.
We would not steer you wrong. I promise. We would not. What else you got?
Age, I'm going to skip because who cares? Education, I feel like it's not that illuminating. I'll tell it to you if you want. But my favorite next one is Jeffrey Toobin. Okay?
Uh-oh.
Okay, there were three. The question was...
How you put that on there?
The question was Jeffrey Toobin. That was the entire question. I just wrote his fucking name, Jeffrey Toobin.
All right, what are the choices?
Here are the answers. He was on a break. The next choice was P.
Wait, what percent is that?
I'm going to tell you. He was on a break. Pervert. So pervert, all spelled out. Or it's okay that he does it, just not on TV.
Choice 3.
So he was on a break.
And one.
How many people picked he was on a break? How many?
10.
Because that you say he was on a break. You physically, that's your fucking phrase. You physically fucking said it, Jeremy.
I said he was right. A, he was on a break, but B, I think 1 and 3 are the same answer. You masturbate all you want, just not on TV.
Okay. 1 and 2 are the same answer. Pervert. No, that's not true. I messed it up. Anyway, he was on a break. Guess how many respondents? You say 10?
How many?
0%. Nobody. You're getting roasted. How many think you said pervert?
Your same 40 who didn't watch Ted Lasso.
50 fucking percent. 50.
So the other 50 believe
50% said pervert.
So the other 50 believe he was on a break. Do it all you want and just not on TV.
That's an equal number. But 50% said pervert. 50% said pervert.
Amy,
and you're telling me, but 50% said pervert.
You're telling me that half of our audience goes with you and half with me. I don't know why that's such a shock.
They go with the truth. They go with the truth.
Wrong.
50% said pervert. I love it. It makes me so happy. Household income, who cares? How frequently do you listen to Brilliant Observations comedy podcast? And the first choice was never. Fuck you. That was my favorite. 10% of people said that.
10% said never. Fuck you. Not only is that not true,
and then the highest number was the last answer in the thing. And that got 30%. So thank you, friends. That's what we got. It was evenly split. 30, 30, 30, 10, 10. So whatever. Lots of choices there. So, oh, do you even have to wear these underpants? The choices were yes, no, or Brian. So
they all said Brian.
No, 50% said Brian. 37.5. We got a split. 37.5% said no. And then 12.5% said yes, you do still have to wear the underpants. That's respect.
I give you that respect. One the most.
I give you respect.
I think you should have a question of the week.
Oh, okay. That's a good idea.
That we put out on Brill Ob Squad because this is fucking delightful. This is my favorite part of today's show is finding out, Brian!
We can do anything to change that drop. Oh.
I know you don't like it, but while away,
I'm the only one who doesn't like
everybody loved it. The feedback on that is incredible.
Yeah. So it really shouldn't be about my enjoyment as a co-host.
I think it's because you hear in your voice frustration, and we just hear
That's me yelling at my husband. I'm angry. We're in a fight. That's a fight,
tell that.
Amy. Yes, you can. That's fight, Amy.
Can't tell that.
Them's fighting words. I'm fighting him. That's a fight.
You're in another room and I still have no fucking Wi-Fi. Fix this. Brian! That's all that is. I love it.
Oh my gosh.
I love it. Maybe I'll pull my call of Brian off there too.
Well,
and maybe we'll rotate.
Here's what I know.
Tell me.
If you're enjoying the show and if you're enjoying taking these surveys and if there's love in your heart, one very kind thing that you could do is tell any other person about this show. Because word of mouth really is the best way for us to increase our listenership. And if you're getting a chuckle, if it's fun for you to enjoy on the commute, if you like listening while you're working out or walking the dogs or folding your laundry or stabbing someone in the neck, whatever you're doing when you're listening to us, if you want to have someone else doing that, please say.
Stabbing someone in the
please
neck.
say, if you're looking for a podcast, you should listen to Brilliant Observations. It's funny. They're funny. I like them. And we also need more people to join us in the 50% club who are hating on Jeffrey Toobin.
Okay, so you tell your friends, that's bullshit. So you tell your friends, here is a podcast I really like, and they say to you, well, what's it about?
It's about joy.
It's about an hour of your time.
It's about an hour of your time! That's our new tagline. It's about an hour of your time.
If she edits well, $59.50.
Dudes, I'm here to tell you. It's the fact of the matter is it's about friendship. So that's what it's about. You my friend. I don't know you, but when you answer the way I like on my survey, we get to be extra friends. It's about friendship. It's about fun. It's about relaxing. It's just happy water cooler. And you know what? You kind of have to listen. Or you could say what Ginger says at the registration table. She could say, "You hear this conversation they're having? That's the fucking podcast.
That's what it is. That's it.
If you're sitting astride two funny people at a restaurant, or if you're in the movie theater and these two bitches up in front of you won't shut up, but at the same time, it's really funny because you can't believe they're talking to each other like this. I mean, I don't know what to say to you. If you gotta ask what it's about, if you have to ask what it's about, the first rule of Brilliant Observations is you don't talk about Brilliant Observations. You just listen. You just download. That's it.
No, but you want them to tell people. I gotta go because
All right.
I have to go Google penis florals, and I need to go make some pillows.
Gonna train me on basic marketing. So we're gonna go get this sorted out, and maybe we'll be back. Yes. Okay.
We love you guys. Thank you so much for listening. We are grateful for you. Please share, like and share. Click, like, share. I don't know. I'll come see you.
Moe's!
Gotta go to Moe's. Find the coolest people in the room, and you will have found Brilliant Observation.
That's right.
See you next week.
Bye. I said like.